And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my Spirit, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call.
Days of climate chaos. Then there was a French foreign minister, Laurent Fabius, who stated on Tuesday, on May the 13th of this year, stated in a speaking engagement in Washington, D.C., in which the Secretary of State, John F. Kerry, was in attendance. The French foreign minister said, "We have entered into the 500 days of climate chaos. It has begun. There will be climate chaos in the next, coming up within 500 days, which takes us to September 24th, 2015. What's he talking about? Is he talking about something coming from, is there asteroid cluster on its way? Is there, maybe not to be a deep impact, but it's going to create a lot of climate change, winds, storms? I mean, what's he talking about? He's saying the fall of next year.
Well, yeah, they are aware of the modeling systems that are being used that have been quite accurate. And everybody's heard me talk about those straight line winds.
Yeah.
The problem is that the head scientists have concurred or agreed that these things are coming faster than the model projected. Now, some real deadly climate simulations running right now that are just deadly, is the only word I can use for it. And what it predicted was in the year 2000, here's how the model did predict it. In the year 2015, the seas would begin to have swells. Automatically, this would be a continuous swell of about 50-foot waves close to the shorelines. Now imagine 50-foot waves coming onto the shore, which would essentially wipe out coastal cities. The waves would be that way because of the straight line winds, but they had precursors to that. The wind patterns were supposed to change at the end of this year, but they've already started changing. They've already started changing. So when they're saying that we have 500 more days to actually, I believe the public announcement with the PR individuals was to mitigate a catastrophe. There are 500 days left. There's a 500-day window to mitigate it. But most people have agreed it's far too late to mitigate anything. There's nothing we can do. And it's coming anyway. So you're looking at, Pastor, it's important to let you know that they actually believe in the sixth seal of Revelation.
Well, yeah.
They have a great many scholars who study the sixth seal. They have discovered that a tribulation of sorts will happen prior to the sixth seal. Specifically, in Joel 2:30, they believe in that prophecy, that before the sixth seal, before the moon is red.
Right. I read this today. I read.
Like a sackcloth.
Yeah, I read the entire chapter, Revelation 6 today, which includes the sixth seal. So you're saying they believe this. They believe that the events that's coming could be a part of this. They think it could be maybe the sixth seal.
Well, the celestial happenings are on their way. They're very real, and the sixth seal is troublesome, specifically because of what Jesus said in Matthew, I believe it's Matthew 24:29, that prior to the moon turning red, the sun being black as sackcloth, there was a great tribulation. And of course, the other prophecies play into this. Now, they have confirmed this in space because of where we are and what's happening to the planet. The planet is actually expanding. It's beginning to split apart is what's happening. And so you're looking at a large-scale coastal shift, or not coastal, but crustal shift of everything. And but the models were a little late because what's happening is happening far sooner than what they suspected. So everyone is going to be in a rush to determine, do they need to actually go and get the rest of the people and seal them in. About a month or so ago, there were talks about that same issue. But knowing that 500 days are left to mitigate the circumstances of something to come, there are going to be some massive changes between now and 500 days from now, within that time gap. Now, I would suggest this. Climate indicates two things. Climate, both the weather, because you did have icebergs coming out from off the tip of between Florida and Cuba. I don't think they covered that.
I never heard about that. Yeah, I never heard about it.
3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. And there's another word that climate is used in a lot. Now, language, following any speech or anything anybody says, the speech is absolutely key to understanding what they're talking about. Climate is also the condition of the people. So it's a twofold warning.
So are you saying that the French foreign minister, when he says this, and I'm going to play that again in just a second, that it's also, he's sending a message to, is this key words to certain people?
Yes.
Okay. So climate is not just weather, but it's also the condition of people.
Yes. Yes, it is. And here, the reason why I'm saying that is because there are a lot of discussion over civilian containment, which looks like that will probably happen within that same time frame. There are a great many changes that the populace of the earth will undergo. A great many changes. And the weather phenomena is just one of those changes. The other change is something nobody can do anything about unless certain space agencies get together to attempt to mitigate what will happen. But there's really nothing they can do about it. They can wish, hope, and everything else, but it's still coming, and it's going to change just about everything.
Now, are you referring to that some type of meteorites or some type of asteroid or something is going to affect the Earth approximately 500 days from now, about the same time he's talking? Now, he made this statement, folks, on May the 13th. 500 days from then is actually September 23rd, September 24th, I believe it is, which is actually the Day of Atonement, which, you know, just saying. And it's just before the fourth blood moon. The fourth blood moon is September 28th, 2015.
The magnetic shielding of the Earth will absolutely change, as it is doing right now. It's almost like vortexes hitting the Earth where there are open parts of the Earth that have no magnetic shielding.
Yeah.
And of course they move. So you're looking at a people phenomena and a weather phenomena. The sun will be twice as hot as what it normally is. Our atmosphere, the layers of the atmosphere are beginning to almost like they're becoming non-existent. They're very thin. Now that's really bad, because with atmospheric compression, the jet stream will get lower and lower. Now the jet stream is about 200 mile an hour airflow going through the jet stream. If that gets any lower, surface winds will begin to pick up, and that's where the sea problems come from. The waves, the 50-foot waves,
right,
which probably for some places would be an understatement.
Now that will affect. Well, and if somebody just asked the question, won't that affect animals also?
Yes. What will happen with the animals is that they'll begin to enter their own type of mental chaos.
Yeah.
They'll do things out of, they won't have any order to what they're doing. The magnetic shielding is very influential to both animals, fish, and birds, and human beings. Birds are really susceptible to it because they'll end up gathering in places they've never gathered before.
Or like the 500 vultures that decide to gather in Lynchburg, Virginia, out of nowhere.
Yeah,
they're just sitting on roofs. Like yeah, I mean, it was just insane. Nobody could figure it out. They had never been there before. You had 500 vultures sitting on people's homes. I mean, one house had 40 vultures. Another one had 30 vultures down the same street. And no one knew why they were there, and I don't think the vultures knew why they were there. You know what the Bible says in Revelation? It says that there will be even the beast. Many people will be killed by the beast of the earth, which sounds like animals losing all rationale, losing control of their reasonability. And you know,
yeah, they will become violent. Everything will become violent.
And part of that isn't that part of that the lifting of the shield, allowing the demon spirits, the principalities of the air, to take reign upon the earth. And remember what it says. Jesus said, "As it was in the days of Noah, so shall be in the coming Son of Man." And because in the days of Noah, besides all the eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage and all that stuff, it also says that the earth was filled with violence. Okay?
Yes.
So what you're
and
saying...
It has happened before. They can tell through the rocks that have been long covered over. They can tell that the magnetic influences of the earth back during that same time era vanished. It disappeared.
So see, what we're talking about here is nothing new. It's happened before. And God destroyed the earth with water. Noah found grace in the eyes of God. God started humanity over again. And the earth is now going through another transformation because we're in the end times. And it's physically the earth. The Bible constantly talks about the earth, the stars, the moon, the sun, and the sin of mankind. It's as if what's going on in the heavens is also happening on the earth. What's going on in the spiritual world manifests in the physical. And what we're talking about is not some new thing nobody heard about. It's in the Word. We just keep ignoring it. We don't want to read Isaiah 24 and believe that the earth's going to flip upside down. We don't want to believe that these things are going to happen. Is that a pole shift?